Well, hey, I wanted to take some time to do a walkthrough of what E2T University is going to include. I've had a few questions to come about, and I wanted to answer some of those questions in this video and in this walkthrough. Basically, E2T University is 12 weeks of a comprehensive set of training. Now, if you don't know me already, I'm Arlissa, and I am an option seller coach. I teach option selling. Many people know about options buying. I teach it from the other side. But even though you're selling options, you still need foundational things. Foundational things means what are options? What is a chart? How do you manage charts? What are support and resistance? How do you do charting and technical analysis? All those good things. All right. So E2T University is going to start you at that place. It's going to start you with talking about stocks, talking about options, moving you into talking about things on the chart. How do we identify support and resistance? How do we identify things like gaps? We're going to talk about things that are in the chart. And then as we go through our time, okay, that's going to be like the first 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to talk about the basics. We're going to talk about charting. We're going to talk about stocks and options. What is price action? How do we handle or how do we read and understand candlesticks? All of that stuff happens in the first 3 weeks. All right. Start talking about the whole mindset of a trader, because when you're starting to trade, there's a whole thing up here that has to start to shift in how you're managing trading. First, the biggest thing, okay, we have to deal with early on is what is your mindset about money? Because we're now talking about, is trading gambling, or are we really trading with knowledge? And what are you going to do with your thoughts about money? Are you an aggressive trader? Are you a conservative trader? These are things we have to deal with. What is your money mindset? Okay, all of that happens in the first 3 weeks. I'm calling it the freshman level. Then we move in the next 3 weeks, we're moving to what's called sophomore level. This is all talking about universities. And in the next 3 weeks, we're going to start to talk about strategies that we use to trade options. We have three core strategies that we use: cash secure puts, covered calls, and credit spreads. We're going to start to delve into those three strategies, looking at indicators on our charts and how do we use those indicators in with those strategies. Even how do we build a trades journal, right? How do we select which trades are good for us? What's our trading personality? Because everybody doesn't want to trade zero DTE. Some people are really more buy and hold, or they are more conservative long-term traders. That's what we want to identify. And even if you're trading some of the strategies that we trade, you may be more aggressive in that strategy than someone else who's more conservative using the same strategy, but you may not be as aggressive. We want to identify that and teach you, how do we do daily trading? How do we prep for the week? How do we prep for the day? What are our routines? How do we get into a rhythm? Okay. These are going to be taught inside of E2T University. And we're going to do this on a weekly basis. We're going to meet every week. Most likely it's going to be on Mondays, because I want us to be able to learn in a university or a academic type environment. And then we're going to apply what we learned during the week. I want to do it early, then we apply all week long. I'm going to deliver these things live. This is not going to be videos. I'm not sending you a bunch of videos to watch on your own. We're going to have live sessions where you're going to be with me. We're going to have engagement where we're working together interactively to learn along the way. Okay. The third 3 weeks, you're going to be a junior. You're going to be coming on up, upperclassmen. Yep. The edge, credit spreads, and PDT hacks. How are we getting more advanced in our trading? How are we utilizing our capital and our money to the best, in the best ways? How are we putting our money to the best use? Risk management, which basically means how do you protect yourself from losing as best as possible? Because losing is a part of it. Okay. The risk management includes stop losses, and how do we manage some of those things? PDT workarounds, we'll talk about what that means. How do you scale up when you're ready, when you've gotten your foundation down and you're ready to scale up to more contracts and trade bigger money? when are you ready, and how do you do that when it comes time? All right. And then we start talking about zero DTE trades when you become a junior, because you're not ready for that the first week. You're ready for the money. People are always ready for the money, but they're not always ready for what it entails. Right. And then the last 4 weeks, when the last 3 weeks, sorry, when you are a senior now, you're getting ready, you're an upperclassman, we're going to start to bring all of these pieces together. How do we manage our portfolio? Look at how we're utilizing the money, long-term income planning, trading less but earning more, because you don't have to trade all day every day. You don't have to be a day trader to make a lot of money. We need to know, how do we do that, and how do we create your own personal freedom blueprint? Because many people are using trading as their way to leave their job, as their way to replace their income, as their way to support, their children through college. And you want to look at, how do we get yourself not just free from one desk to another, because you don't want to leave one job just to go sit in front of a computer all day. That, to me, in my opinion, is not freedom. If I've got to leave one computer screen at a job to go sit in front of my computer screen at home, I haven't gotten any more freedom, right? We want to look at, how do we get more free? Okay, so this is 12 weeks of learning, and as we go through these 12 weeks, we will ebb and flow with this curriculum as the students who are with us need to make transitions. But the framework is the 12 weeks, and the things I just told you about, that's all built in there. If it takes us a little bit longer, then we'll take a little longer. It's not like a hard and fast 12 weeks. I want to stick to 12 weeks, but if it takes us a little longer, we're going to give you what you need. All right. In case you didn't already know me, which I think most of you do, I am an educator, and my job has been, my real job is to educate students on material that they don't necessarily understand. So I do know how to convey information, take it from me to you in such a way, and put it into bite-sized morsels that you can understand and that you can grab it. I realize everybody doesn't learn at the same pace. There will be some learning you will have to do outside of being with me. Trading is something that requires seat time. You can't learn it all sitting for an hour or 2 hours once a week or twice a week with me. That's not the way it goes. You're going to need to spend some time outside of the classes with me. But people wanted to know, what does it include? What does it entail? What nights of the week are we going to do? Is there going to be a bunch of homework? Is it going to be super time consuming? And all of those questions can be answered and have been answered. All right. I'm looking forward to spending the time over the next, we're actually going to start on September 22nd, by the way, in case you didn't know, we're starting on September 22nd. And I'm looking forward to spending the time with the traders and growing them and transforming your trading and increasing your confidence. Because really what that comes down to is, sometimes when we're not confident traders, then we get nervous and we get shaken out of positions that really may have been good positions, but we get shaken out because we weren't confident. And I don't want that for you. I didn't want it for me, and I don't want that for you. All right. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You've got my email. You can find me on any social media platform. I am Educator to Trader. I am Arlissa at educatortotrader.com. Y'all can find me in all the places. Feel free to reach out to me and ask me all the questions you need to. All righty. Bye.